Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Start recording the Nisto Bros podcast.
I don't see any podcasts matching recording the Nisto Bros.
Oh, you mother. Oh, hey, here we go. We're on here. Oh, yeah. Wouldn't swear on the Nisto Bros podcast, but we're live. Here we go. Still in quarantine, which sucks. And now there's a train coming. As soon as we start. Don't they know we're on the set? It was a pretty actually quiet train, and it was kind of a short train, which was good. But still, we're on the set here. We're on the set. Ridiculous. Happy Saturday. Happy Nisto Bros Day. I'm still trying to figure out my Apple Watch clearly, and Siri and all that. So, but hey, we're here. We're live. We're healthy. And
we're back for episode 4 of the hashtag Nisto Bros podcast. Thank you guys all for coming back and supporting for the 4th episode. Of course,
sponsored, by the way.
Yep, I was going to say Mike's starting off his day with the bang.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it. This is the purple haze flavor. Tastes like grape soda. Really good. I haven't had this one in a while, but delicious. A little bit of the bubbly. I'm going to shout it out. I'm really feeling my hair today.
Looks good.
The flow is starting to get back.
Yeah.
Like with the hat, it's starting to look good.
It poofs it out. It poofs it out.
And I love it.
Yeah.
That's the way. And then when all this is gone and I have just the mustache and flow, watch out. I'm dangerous.
Yes.
That is dangerous.
This is definitely going to be one of the more dangerous podcasts on
Oh, yeah. We might get
platform.
reported. We might get reported just because we're just too handsome.
Yeah, the hair, the mustaches, it's just going to...
The picture quality is starting to pick up the Austin stash.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
getting there. And I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it because we were talking about it off cam. The Zoom doesn't do it justice. The Zoom, his laptop camera doesn't do it justice because we have a streak on Snapchat and I can see it. You can see it clear as day on the Apple front cam. You can see the stash. So his stash is coming in. It's coming
yes.
in. The Zoom doesn't do it justice. The lighting, I don't know, but it's there. I've seen it.
It's definitely there. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's me too. It might have to get a trim going. But enough about the facial hairs and the Patches O'Houlihan had to say it again. I think that's the 3rd straight episode I've said that about myself. But we got a little something different for you guys today. We're going to discuss the Nisto Drinks episode, of course. Yeah, I know there was not an episode again of Nisto Eats, but for the first time ever, well, second time, I guess. Anyway, first time ever, Nisto Eats is going to do a rating on the Nisto Bros podcast. Here it is. I mean, it's not going to be anything crazy, but you'll see. So there's that. We're going to do some more birthday wishes, which will be first. And then we have our first ever. This is something big. This is
a big deal.
This is a huge deal. This is way bigger than the first ever Nisto Eats rating on the pod. This is
strap in. Get ready.
You're going to buckle up. You got to buckle in. And you got to be here for this one. This one, I'm excited for it. I mean, this is the first ever inductee to the Nisto Bros Hall of Fame.
Yep.
That's something you put on a resume. That you put on your resume, your baseball card, your hockey card, your football, your basketball card. We're doing our first athlete. It's going to be not all time, current athlete for the four major sports: hockey, baseball, basketball, and football. So how we broke it down, we had 4 representatives from each sport. So we'll dive into that some more when we start talking about it. I'm just too excited about it. I'm so excited. The first ever inductee to the Hall of Fame, which is something we're going to continue to do as the pod goes on. This one, we're going to have 2. We're going to start doing it 2 different ways. We're going to talk about it. It's either going to be a unanimous decision, this person goes directly to the Hall, or for future ones, this one was a unanimous one, and also because it's the first time.
Yeah, first ever. We want to make sure unanimous.
First ever is no joke.
Yeah,
no joke. And this man, spoiler alert, it's a guy. He's going to be calling and he's going to be thanking us.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's not a unanimous decision, we're going to ask you guys, the foodies, the thirsties. What do you call your peeps?
Well, I started, this didn't really gain traction, but they were the beverage barrage for a while.
That's right. I remember that in like the first 3 episodes.
The foodies and
we'll work on that one.
Yeah.
The foodies and the drinkies, the drinkers, the thirsties,
sippers,
the Oh God, what do you guys think? Drop something for Nisto Drinks here. What he should be calling you peeps, his peeps, because I got the foodies. So, what we'd do is we would on our Instagram say, vote. Who do you think gets to the Hall? And that's what will happen for those. But for this one, unanimous. I'm excited. And that's going to be the most of the episode. So first things first, happy birthdays. We're going to throw out those celeb birthdays. Today, we got Al Pacino. Al Pacino, happy birthday, Big Al. We're boys, so I can call him that.
Yeah, he's turning.
Who's the next?
I don't know if this is right. I just double checked. I think he's turning 80.
Holy crap.
I'm going to double check.
Am I allowed to say crap on the pod?
He turned
crap.
80. That's crazy. 80 is so old.
Oh, wow. All right. Yeah, I mean, it's not wrong.
Yeah.
When you're the GOAT, you're the GOAT.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're the GOAT.
Speaking of goats.
Speaking of goats.
It's also Tim Duncan's birthday. Happy birthday to Tim Duncan. A lot of people say he's the GOAT power forward of all time.
Timmy Dunks.
Up for debate, but, he was a beast.
He was a beast, indeed.
Yeah, 5 NBA championships. Crazy.
With the Spurs.
Yep.
He played his whole career with the Spurs. Am I right?
Yep, you are.
That's pretty insane because he didn't play for a short period of time. I'm pretty sure he played for 19. At least 60 years in the league.
Yeah, it was close to 60. Yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy because I think he only turns 42 today.
Yeah.
Was it 42?
I'm not sure.
No, I thought you had it open. Sorry. I think it's 42. 41, 42.
44, yep.
44, I was close.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I got a little tickle in my throat, so I apologize for clearing my throat throughout the pod. It's nothing. It's nothing pandemic-y, just to throw that out there. Happy birthday, Tim Duncan, 44, and I don't even really want to talk about this guy.
And then we're gonna say. Maybe happy, maybe not so happy birthday to Joe Buck.
Yeah, Joe Buck, the big 5'1", you chump.
Yeah.
I guess since we're doing the first ever Hall of Famer and it's going to be current athlete, Tim Duncan is an athlete and Joe Buck thinks he knows about athletes. So
Yeah, big time sports commentator. But
happy birthday, big 5'1" Joe Buck, you big loser. Anyway, sorry, Joe Buck. Not really, but enjoy your birthday in quarantine. Stay healthy, even though you're a chump.
Yeah.
Anyway, Nisto Drinks took a step away from the milk bracket and went with one of those, what is it? Power waters?
Buy water.
Buy waters? Hello waters?
Yeah.
You see what I did there? Okay.
I see what you did there. Buy.
So, that great song.
Yeah, no, they actually did that. Like their ad campaign, they got the song for it.
Really?
Yeah, they said buy, and
that's
then,
power.
And
that's
then
a power move.
People bought it, and then people got like, what is this?
You have to. I mean, something I would buy it if I saw that commercial and they threw that little shout out in there.
Yeah,
I'd have been like, yeah, you sold me. So buy water, the first buy water you tried, what was it? Blueberry or blue raspberry?
Yeah, it was straight blueberry. Before I jump into the drink itself, remember Easter Bunny, fan of hashtag Nisto drinks, probably the whole hashtag Nisto brand, to be honest.
How could you not be?
And so he delivered 4 buy waters for Easter. So, I am kind of up in the air after this review about what I'm going to do with the rest of these. Because if you didn't see the review, at Dunkston_donuts, TikTok, Instagram, check it out. But I did not like it at all. Not good. Brasilia Blueberry was the official name of the buy water, right? And it just tasted like medicine. That's the only thing I could really think to compare it to. The other thing, not necessarily kind of like medicine, but also like I went to my doctor's office a few days ago. Again, nothing pandemic-y. I needed to get a checkup so I could get a referral for something else. Too much info. Anyway, like the smell of a doctor's office. Can you kind of picture that, Mike? Like the smell of a doctor's office?
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Put that in your mouth.
No, thanks.
Yeah, exactly. No one wants to do that. I didn't taste any blueberry, and so I had a discussion about it with someone, and they said that so they claim like, oh, it's only 1 gram of sugar, which like, oh, people are like, yeah, that's good. I don't want a lot of sugar. But they put this like sweetener called erythritol or something like that in it.
That literally sounds like something you should take when you're sick.
Exactly. And it said on the back like there was 10 grams of it. And so the theory is that that's what that taste is. And like, I guess some people aren't as turned off by it as others, but it really just did not taste good at all. And I looked at the other buy waters and they all have it as their like kind of sweetener and how they get it to be like the fruit taste, which it again totally missed the mark. So I'm not 100% sure. I still have 3, but I think maybe I'll give one more a shot, see if it gets any better. But then if it misses again, I'll just I'll move on and go. That's
really unfortunate that you got 4 of them. And I mean, hopefully it was just the one. I mean, a series can't all be like Bang and have power flavors for everything.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's really unfortunate. The first one you had was a 3.2.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of rough.
Yeah. And maybe the Easter Bunny was just trying to give me some negative content. He saw I was throwing out too many 7s, and
everyone loves a little chaos there. I guess that's why some people want to see me do a condiments episode. Which, yikes! I mean, all right, I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna say it on the pod. I'm gonna say it on the pod right now. All right. The channel for the pods on the YouTube channel, if you like. I'm sorry, that's something else. The channel itself, I'm really struggling here, has, I think it was 46 subscribers, okay? Last week's episode, I don't know what the heck you guys are doing, but it didn't have a lot of views. So I'll make a deal with you guys, okay? I'll make a deal, okay? We're at 46 right now. We're at 46. So this is pretty reasonable. This is reasonable here. If the channel gets to 55 subscribers, 55, that's only 9 more, guys. That's 9 more people. At this point, just make a second YouTube. Like whatever. Just get that number to 55 or higher. Don't stop there. 55 and 55 views on this epi. I will do a condiments episode of Nisto Eats on Friday.
Wow.
All right. I had the same deal made with one of my buddies that wanted the condiments episode for this week that is now going to be a live edition. Excuse me. And we dropped the ball. We dropped the ball, guys. Let's get that to 55 and 55 subscribers, 55 views, and I'm doing a condiments episode. Come on. That's not hard.
Yeah.
That's
The
not hard.
ball is in your court, guys.
Yeah.
If you guys want to see a condiments episode of hashtag Nisto Eats, share it to your friends. Share it to everyone.
You guys
watch it
can pick
40 times yourself. Do something.
Literally.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in quarantine. Just put it on in the background while you're vacuuming the walls or something. Like, whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
Views are views here. But, yeah, do that. Share it to everyone. And you guys pick the condiments. You guys can pick whatever you want. Like, come on. Do it. Or don't, because I don't want to do the condiments. And, like, it's got to be 55 and 55. If it's 55 and 54, no good. It's no good. You needed to watch it one more time. No good. And I'm not doing it. I'm not. Anyway,
Yeah.
55 and 55. That's the challenge, and I'll do it. So Nisto Eats, we got bowl of cereal.
Ooh.
Crazy bowl of cereal, no milk. Yeah, it's in a bowl. Yeah, I got a spoon. Shut up.
What cereal we got?
We have like it was like a, I don't know, like a Walmart brand of like Reese's Puffs.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if it's Walmart. I can do more research after, but I know it's like a Reese's Puff, and it's like a. See, I'm trying not to spill them, but yeah, there you go. And look at that, milk free. Shut up, haters. So I'm gonna do that and an apple. Oh,
That's a balanced breakfast right there.
Crazy, yeah. A little bang, an apple, and some milkless cereal. And when I was getting my cereal without milk, Mark's dad was in the kitchen as well, and 6 feet away, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we got all these cereals," and he's telling me all the cereals he's got. Excuse me. He's like, "Yeah, we don't have milk. We have almond milk." Shout out to Mr. Drinks though.
There it is. Last week.
Well, almond milk. Shout out to almond milk and Mr. Drinks. I was like, "Oh no, like no milk." He's like, "No milk." He's like, "What do you put in your cereal? Energy drink?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's not the worst idea." I mean, actually, it's probably pretty freaking gross.
Yeah.
He's like, "What about coffee?" And like, actually, that had kind of had me thinking. I was like, I mean, like, another freaking train. Like, I know there's a train tracks literally like in his backyard, but like, what the heck? What the heck? Respect the pod. I said respect it. You heard? All right, now it's just disrespectful.
I think I might have to try that Coffee and cereal?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Coffee, yeah, I thought about it. I was like, that's actually not the worst idea.
Yeah.
Like, because like someone like me, I like to put oodles
Milk.
of creamer in it.
Yeah.
So like, if you just put, I guess, black coffee in Reese's Puff cereal, it's like a Reese's creamer, which is a real thing, and it's absolutely phenomenal in your coffee. And for those out of state viewers, you're probably going to laugh at how I just said coffee. So there's that. Coffee. And I got some water. First of all, water. This water, pure agua. I'm emphasizing, like I don't actually say it like that, guys. Pure agua is pure garbage. All right, I'm throwing it out there. I haven't cracked it, but that's literally because I had to get a new gym membership just to get this out of the packaging, guys. I'm like, what the heck? Like, I know this is quarantine and it's tough times right now, but I didn't know I had to be the freaking Hulk to get this out of the, case of water. So, pure agua, be better. Water better be good too. You know what? Take a little sip ski. A little crack. Yes. Guys, I didn't actually spit it out because I didn't want to clean it up. I actually didn't even taste it because I was too concerned about doing that. I mean, it's actually really not the best water, too. It's no Poland Spring. But anyway, that's a deep dive for another day. Taste Bud's about to explode. Walmart, Fugazi, Reese's Puffs. No milk. One spoonful. That's all we're doing. I mean, you can tell they're not like Reese. You just check out your mustache?
I was.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. You definitely tell they're not the like Reese's, like the real Reese's
Right.
Puffs brand, but it's actually a pretty darn good alternative. I haven't had like the actual Reese's Puffs in quite some time, so I'm trying to like remember it. But I remember the Reese's Puffs being like a stronger flavor, if that makes sense. But like this one's still pretty close. I mean, it's really good, especially without milk. I gotta give it. Only for cereal. It can't be that high. It just feels weird rating cereal. For cereal, I'm thinking 6.6. It's cereal. That's a passing grade. It's good. 6.6. And an apple. What the heck am I? I'm not even gonna rate this apple. Okay, apples are great. They're healthy. They're good. 10. Okay.
This is a deep dive for another time. I was actually thinking about it the other day that an apple might be my favorite fruit.
It's definitely a deep dive for another day.
Yeah.
But I can probably second that.
Yeah.
Especially this apple. This apple is actually on point. It's like the perfect like ripeness. I love the Honey Crisp.
Oh, Honey Crisps are great.
Power. Again, this is a deep dive for another day. Honey Crisp, and then Granny Smith with peanut butter. Only way. Anyway, deep dive for another day.
Yeah.
Let's get into the bracket, baby.
Yes. Okay.
I've been waiting for it. Only took
Let's do this.
59 minutes.
All right.
I'm actually not going to eat an apple on a podcast because that's kind of disgusting.
Can you see it?
Austin R. Nishtika has started screen sharing.
How does it look?
That's all it says, boss. Oh, there it is. All right, I'm going to move my screen. I don't know what it looks like for yours.
Yeah, I moved it down to the bottom right.
Now there's a motorcycle going by. This is just ridiculous here, boys and girls. Here it is. Yo, I got so tripped out. I was holding my mouse and I was moving the screen.
Oh, but
And then I
was
saw
moving
your
mine.
mouse move. I was like, what the damn hell? Oh my goodness. Can I say those words on the pod? I'm pushing boundaries here. Anyway, here it is.
So, yeah.
Go ahead. Dissect it.
Yeah, so this is the first ever hashtag Nisto Bros Hall of Fame bracket. This is kind of the style, like we were talking about before, how we're going to, determine who's going to go into the Hall of Fame. We're going to, take a topic. This week, we're doing current athletes. It's not going to be every week, but whenever we do one, it could be, doesn't have to be a person, could be a thing.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that it's our opinion on who is most deserving to go in our Hall of Fame. That makes sense, right? Our Hall of Fame, our opinion. So, like,
don't add us, pretty much.
Yeah. Like Mike mentioned before, we got the 4 major sports. And then when we were coming up with candidates, we were like, well, it's hard to compare, or like, we don't want to leave defensemen out in hockey, and we don't want to leave pitchers out in baseball.
Right.
And so we decided to start off with 2 for each kind of position or side in each of the sports. So as you can see, I'm just going to run through the whole bracket now and just kind of give an overview. So for forwards for hockey, we got Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid. Defenseman.
Shout out to the Oilers. Edmonton Oilers,
big time.
Second team. Just going to throw that out there.
Defenseman, we got John Carlson and Roman Josi. Guards for basketball, we have Steph Curry and James Harden. And then forwards, we have Luka Doncic and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Just want a quick, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know there's going to be people that are going to say, where's LeBron James? Listen,
I was just going to say that.
Yeah. We don't have him in because he is a current athlete, but he's easily someone that could be in the all-time players bracket. It wasn't really fair. Excuse me. It wasn't really fair to have him in it. Because like in the future, if we ever want to do an all-time player, he's someone that could be in that. So it's not a disrespectful thing to him. It's actually more of a respect thing.
Yeah. So when we were kind of going over the candidates and looking at the matchups and stuff like that, we initially actually slated in LeBron first, but then we were talking about it, and like if we're looking holistically at like the resume, we tried to pick people who are more like, current right now, and don't have, too much to their resume that will, because we were saying, okay, well, LeBron has all of this, so.
And same with football.
I was
put Tom Brady in there because, I mean, it wouldn't be fair. Let's just be real.
Like people who are already in like the GOAT conversations for their sports. I mean, we can.
You can't have them in the current. It wouldn't be fair.
Yeah. So then on the right side of the bracket for baseball, we have Yelich and Mike Trout for position players or batters, and then we have Jacob deGrom, Max Scherzer for pitchers, and then on football, we have Lamar Jackson, reigning MVP, and Pat Mahomes, reigning Super Bowl MVP, I believe.
Playing going by now. This is just ridiculous.
And then on defense, we have Von Miller and J.J. Watt. So, yeah, that's the first ever bracket. And now for the rest of the episode, we're going to be breaking it down and seeing who is going to be the first ever Nisto Bros Hall of Fame inductee.
It's pretty monumental here, boys and girls.
Yeah.
Like this is big, and any one of these men should be honored to be the first ever. Not only just to be in the Hall of Fame, the Nisto Bros Hall of Fame, which is prestigious on its own, but the first ever inductee to the Hall of Fame, and unanimously too. Like, it just gets me emotional. Like this guy is going to be blowing up our phones when he finds out.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's Twitter and like social media accounts are going to skyrocket once they see he's the first ever inductee to the Hall of Fame. Like it's got to go into his bio. If it doesn't, well, probably won't. So, let's start at the top. We read left to right, but let's start on this left side of the bracket and forwards for hockey. And this is tough because they're on the same team. Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid, my Oiler boys, because that's my second favorite team. It's really difficult because you see they're both just absolute beauties. Like, everyone loves Connor McDavid because how can you not? And like it's almost sad because Leon Draisaitl will kind of get like the second look. It's just like he kind of goes under the wayside a little because of Connor McDavid being Connor McDavid. And like if you actually look at the points right now, Draisaitl's got more. Like, I know the season, stopped and everything, but at the time of playing, he had more points. Granted, he had more games played, but like that just shows like Draisaitl's a legitimate. Like, you could literally just build a team. You could build a team around him,
right?
Like, not just McDavid. Like, you can put Draisaitl anywhere else, and like he's gonna be amazing. So, I'm talking Draisaitl up, but that is only because I'm saying McDavid is my pick for those two. Because literally, how can you not pick Connor McDavid? The guy is younger than me. I'm pretty sure he's younger than you. No, he's not. He just turned 21, so he's slightly older than you. And it makes me sick that he's 21 and makes like $1 bajillion a year to play a sport that I love. But I'm not jealous. He's just great. So Connor McDavid is my pick for those.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I think everything you just said to echo that. It's really hard. Like you were kind of saying, it's almost like, now this is a pretty big comparison here, but like, a lot of people say, Scottie Pippen.
I knew it. I knew that's where you're going with it.
Yeah. Like the 2 years that Jordan went to go play baseball, Pippen was the sole star on that team, and he still led them to, I believe, the Eastern Conference Finals. And, a lot of people are just say, oh, it's, Michael Jordan won those titles, but, Pippen had a lot to do with that. And you can definitely draw comparisons there, but I think McDavid is the clear winner for the first one. So we're gonna do that.
Nice. What great technology we got on the Nisto Bros pod here.
Yep.
The defenseman here. There's another toughie. I mean, they're both legitimate, like just legitimate beauties. Like, I am a big fan of Roman Josi. I'm a little bit biased because I like people from Switzerland, because Cesaro is my favorite wrestler. Roger Federer is a great tennis player. And I just completely lost my train of thought. But yeah, Swiss cheese. I got Swiss gear backpack. Swiss people are cool.
Yeah.
But John Carlson is pretty elite. I think I think John Carlson's the more well-rounded defenseman. I think Roman Josi is more of an offensive-minded defenseman, which isn't a bad thing. But Carlson can do that a little bit of a lower extent, as well as focus on that defense. And just like all-around player. So I say John Carlson. John Carlson's got my vote.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. We kind of took like a deep dive. I know we talked about that a lot, but we took like kind of a deep dive on the stats to even determine who the defenseman candidates were going to be. And I think we were both kind of very impressed by the balanced nature of Carlson's stat lines. And Josi was up there too, for sure, on a lot of different stats. But I think, like you said, Carlson's just one of the best defensemen in the game. So I think
for sure.
I think we're gonna move him on to the next. You want to
also a Stanley Cup champion with those Washington Capitals.
Yeah,
Josi.
Do you want to continue with the hockey, or do you want to keep going down?
Let's keep going down. Let's go through the first round. So we'll finish up the
that's what I was
first round, and then we'll go on. You want to touch on the basketball? You're more of the basketball guy than I am with hockey.
Yeah, for sure.
Or I'm the hockey guy, is what I meant.
So for the guards, we went with Curry and Harden. Of the last, I think, 4 MVPs, they have they have like 3 of the last 5 MVPs, I believe, are Steph Curry's or James Harden's, and they've both been prolific scorers of the past 5-7 years or so.
Yeah.
So they both are people who have track records, so that's kind of why we matched them up. But we did, I think, that the playoff success of Curry definitely, kind of pushes him over the edge. Of course, the 3 titles in, 3 titles in 4 years with the
it's like 3 titles in like 2 years or something like that. Like unreal.
Yeah, and a lot of people say Harden was pretty much a regular season guy, and then you burn out in the playoffs, which that's what happens. So that's why Steph Curry has the vote for me to move on.
I am also in agreement to the Steph Curry. I mean, you ignore this year. I mean, this year he was injured all year.
Yeah.
Also, there's not the full season, and just the Warriors were just absolute garbage here with health. Honestly, they're all injured. So you pretty much just ignore this year. And like, let's be real. They're going to come back next year and, be like the top 3 seeds in the West, or probably in the whole league. Just Steph Curry, I think, is just a more consistent all around athlete. Because I think of James Harden, he's great, but I think of him as more of just like an elite scorer.
Yeah.
You can hit, these crazy threes with like 6 guys on you when there should only be 5 on the court. But like Curry can do that from like half court and also do like crazy dish passes. That's what that was. And like, just like all around beaut. So, and like you said, the playoff success can't be ignored.
Yeah.
For that. So Steph Curry.
Moving on
to the next round.
And for the forwards, you wanna start off talking about your boy.
That's my
Giannis.
boy. That is my boy. I should have a shirt on right now, but I don't because I have one. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Say it 10 times fast. You won't. The Greek freak. Honestly, even if we did put LeBron in this, if it was him versus LeBron, it would be tough. Like, that would be a good matchup. Yeah. And like, no disrespect to Luka Doncic because he's almost like the fill-in because of like not putting LeBron in. Luka Doncic is amazing. He's going to be great. He's going to make the Mavericks great again. He's a good person to have in there post Dirk, For
sure.
Luka Doncic is going to be the real deal. He already is the real deal. Let's say it. Because like, even when we were making this bracket, it's like, where do we put Doncic? Do we put him in as a forward or do we put him in as a guard? Like, He's elite. Like, he can play anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So Luka Doncic is great. But Giannis is not only my boy, but like, all biasness, I don't think that's a word, but it is now. All biasedness aside, the dude is only getting better, people. Like, last year, the year before, 2 years ago, like, he was amazing. And now he's starting to shoot threes, people. He is shooting threes. He did not have 3-pointers in his game at all like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's adding threes. Dude is unstoppable. The dude is unstoppable. He's going to start averaging like 100 points a game. Mark my words. 100 points at least. An off night, maybe 70. But, like, the guy, when he gets those three-pointers down, I'm pretty sure, like, excuse me, like, he's, like, not the greatest. Like, there's some ugly three-point Giannis shots.
Right.
Let's be real. But, like, I'm not looking at it, but I'm pretty sure his average is like not that bad.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his percentage is like pretty close to league average, if not like a little bit lower.
He knows like it's still a work in progress, and he's not forcing it. Like he's not just taking a bunch of shots and like making his percentage be poo, because like he knows it. Like he knows it's work and in progress. So, which is another thing that just makes him so great, because he's just intelligent. I'll stop gushing over him. Also, my boy on the Bucks, Chris Middleton, favorite player in the league, throwing it out there. Chris Middleton. Honorable mention. Cheers, Chris. CHRIS.
Yeah. So.
AH. Sorry, guys. That's my boy. K's are better. Anyway.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that Giannis is going to be the one to move on here. I'm just going to –
I know it's surprising, right, guys? Like, after everything I just said, Giannis is going to go on.
Yeah.
Just Giannis, not his last name.
Yeah, I think the bracket would, like, expand if I put in the whole last name. So I'm
probably explode.
Just going to put in –
just put in Giannis.
Yeah, so we'll move on to the right side of the bracket now, and we'll start with the baseball region.
Okay, never mind. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was like something with my headphone or something, but like your audio got like super quiet, but then it got back to normal. So, but it's good now.
I heard that happens sometimes.
Okay. Yeah, it just happened a couple times, but we're good.
My apologies.
It's all good. Here we go. You were saying batters,
position players. Yep. Yes.
Go for it.
So Christian Yelich, 2 years ago won MVP in the National League, and then last year, in my opinion, was on pace to win it, and then he fouled a ball into his kneecap, and it got fractured, so he was out for the rest of the year. But even then, I think he's like still finished like 40-plus home runs. He was on a crazy pace. He was on my fantasy team. He was carrying me. I would have done so much worse if I didn't pick him. My second-round pick was Manny Machado, who did bad. So I was very lucky that Christian Yelich, had a great season last year. And then, I don't know what else to say. I think he really blossomed in Milwaukee. There's no doubt that we can say that into one of the biggest stars in the game. But on the American League side, how do we not include Mike Trout in this discussion? He actually did win MVP last year. I remember there was a stretch in like August, I'm pretty sure, where him, Trout, Yelich, and Bellinger were all going like home run for home run. They're each like going for the lead, 41. Now Trout has 43. Bellinger gets back up, whatever. Trout, but that's not the only thing in Trout's game. Everyone knows Mike Trout is one of once in a generation player, really. And so he has so much to his, like the defense. He's fast. He hits for, average also, a real five-tool guy. Not that Yelich isn't. I think Yelich actually even stole more bases than Trout last year. Trout's been stealing a little bit less, but also Trout ended the year on the IL. So, we don't have anything based on this season yet.
Right.
We both miss baseball deeply. Yeah. I think I can speak for both of us. All that being said, my vote personally, you can't go against Mike Trout, even though, you know, I definitely have a little bit of a bias towards Yelich for him propelling me to in fantasy baseball last year. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, also, I don't know if you guys noticed, I muted myself to eat my apple because it's just staring at me in the face. Good apple. Anyway, I've always said this about Yelich, and it's kind of hard to say now since he's won an MVP award, but I think I honestly think he even still might be one of the most underrated players in the game.
Yeah.
And I was saying that on his Marlin days when he was next to who's that guy?
Stanton.
Yeah, Giancarlo Stanton, that guy.
Mike Stanton. Where he changed his name.
Yeah, Mike Stanton. Mike, what a name. But yeah, like when on the Marlins, when it was Stanton and Yelich, pretty much the entire team.
Yeah.
Yelich always like got that, like he was just like even more so, like I mentioned it with Draisaitl and McDavid, like even more so. It was like nobody talked about Yelich.
Yeah.
And because like Stanton was hitting like 600-foot home runs every day.
Yeah.
But like Yelich was still hitting like a 500 average and still hitting like dingers. And like I was always like, yo, guys, this Yelich folk, like this guy is good.
Right.
Like, and like you could, and I was saying like you could easily build a team around this guy, and I think that was proven when he got traded to the Brewers or signed. I don't remember, but like now he's on the Brewers, and like he got to really shine because like he was the guy, and like I think people finally got to recognize Yelich for being the great ball player he is, great all-around ball player. Excuse me, that he is. So I'm proud of him for that. I've always really, really liked him. But again, you're up against Mike Trout, bro. You're up against Mike Trout. And like neither of these guys really have that playoff experience and playoff like statistics to help them in this.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Trout hasn't made the playoffs. Like, and like Yelich they have, but like what do they do? You know?
Yeah.
But just Mike Trout is just like I think that guy can literally do anything.
Yeah.
Anything, not just baseball, just like in the world. Like
Yeah.
that guy could probably fly. Probably Superman. He's just like a nice man. Like off the field too. Like off, we haven't mentioned it much, but like the off field court rink stuff, like their credentials out of the game were also put into consideration while doing this. And like he's like great, like with sponsors and everything like that.
Yeah. A real stand-up fella.
Yeah. And like he literally plays the game because he loves the game.
Yeah.
And like I think that is like the biggest thing. Like this dude is easily the best player in baseball right now.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, he's a generational player, and I think that he could even go into the all-time bracket too.
Right.
Like I think the only thing keeping him out of that is playoff success. There's literally no playoff experience, which is really unfortunate, especially for a guy like that. I still think that he's just so good that he's still a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so my vote again is for Mike Trout. And you know, I'm going to say it now. This episode is going to be really freaking long.
Yeah.
You know, because we got a little time. I've noticed the timer. This one's going to be a long one.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss anything on it. So, yeah, I'm sorry.
Like we said at the beginning, hope you're still strapped in.
Yeah,
because it's gonna be a long one, but it's gonna be a fun one.
It's going to be fun.
You know.
It's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth the like 6 hours that this episode is. Okay, we're not going 6 hours, but it's going to be a long one. But keep yourself strapped in. Sorry, make sure you got yourself some Bang or some coffee, or whatever your
little shout out to the
upper is.
to Christian Yelich, though. I just saw this on Instagram. I don't know if you saw this, but he's growing a quarantine mustache.
Oh, what a beaut. What a
Looks
absolute beaut.
ridiculous. It looks ridiculous, though.
I'm going to pull this up real quick on my own. But, oh, man. I think, I mean, I don't know. You want to talk about the pitchers or you want me to talk about the pitchers?
I guess I can get it started. This is obviously, I'm sure a lot of you guys, when we run through the matchups, you're like, oh, this is the one. This is the one you want to hear the Nisto Bros talk about.
Oh, my God. Sorry, I just got it pulled up. Let's see if we can get it focused on here at all. Dude literally looks like Pedro from Napoleon Dynamite. Oh, man. Can we just give him a bye into the finals?
Yeah.
For that? Oh, my goodness. That is good. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go on with the pitchers.
I'm sure this is something that you guys were looking forward to. Jacob deGrom, obviously. Mets fan here. Nats fan down there. And Max Scherzer, of course. You know, they won the World Series last year. I'm not sure if any of you guys can tell or knew that at all. But yeah, so this is honestly, in my opinion, you know, there's a lot of great pitchers, but this is obviously the cream of the crop. You know, we could have thrown Cole in there, but we chose DeGrom and Scherzer. I remember seeing that the MLB The Show 20, these two are the only 99 overall pitchers, I'm pretty sure. And that is for a reason. Like we were saying, two of the greatest aces in the game. And without bias, I really think the back-to-back Cy Youngs, DeGrom, I'm giving my vote to DeGrom. And yeah, like I said, biases aside, I really think that just right now, everything on both their resumes that DeGrom is the choice for me. And that's, again, nothing to take away from Scherzer, but he also has a beautiful resume. And you know, the playoff success, you know, could be taken into account here, but like I said, personally, I think DeGrom is just the most dominant pitcher in baseball right now. Even though Scherzer's a psycho and you know, ultra competitive, but yeah, my vote is for DeGrom.
Sorry, I was stretching.
Stretching out the Ford Focus.
Yeah, gotta stretch out the Hyundai Elantra. Oh, man. Shout out to Impractical Jokers. That was a great skit. I have no idea what episode it was, so drop it in the comments and drop a link if you can find it, of Impractical Jokers when Joe is just like, I don't even know where he is, but he's just like stretching and he's like just – I think it's one of the ones they've done in like a park or something. And he's just like stretching and he was just like – and he just keeps saying like like his body parts are like cars. He's like, oh, man, my Toyota Prius really needs a good stretch. It's just like ridiculous. But as for DeGrom and Scherzer, man, I mean, Max has two different color eyes. I don't know if anybody knows that. He has a blue and a brown eye. And his dog, even his dog, has the same blue and brown eye. Like, it doesn't get more elite than that. Like, that is elite. And, like, you know, Nationals won the World Series. Like, I don't know if you guys knew, but, like, they won the World Series. They literally broke the world because they can't even defend their championship because of this whole thing. So I guess you got to just make the Nationals World Series champions for the rest of eternity, which I'm on board with. You know, I think they were the last ones to win it, so I guess it's only fair that they're the best ever. Pretty much.
Can I just interject with something like totally ridiculous?
It's probably going to be negative towards my Nationals.
No. I saw something that like what determines the winner of the NBA finals is the person who wins the last game of the season. So if like we're using that logic, then the Mavericks should be NBA champions because they won the final game that was played in the season. Okay.
Shout out to Luka Doncic. He's probably would have won Finals MVP. But if they do that, that is effing stupid.
I know. I don't think it's actually gonna happen.
They better not. And NHL better not try and pull some of that crap too. I'm curious to see what they do for those two sports since they were literally approaching playoff time.
Yeah.
But yeah, Max Scherzer, and like I almost feel bad because like for Strasburg, World Series MVP, not even in the consideration on here. But like he could easily be in there instead of Scherzer or instead of DeGrom, like and like there's so many, even just the National League alone, like has some. I was gonna say there's a lot buttes, of elite pitchers. It sucks for him for his playoff history, and this is probably why he didn't make the cut. But Clayton Kershaw, like the guy's a beaut. The guy is an animal.
Yeah, I would.
But then you get to the playoffs. But like, I like him. I mean, I think he's really great. I love his intensity. I think it's also great because the Nationals beat them and ended up winning the World Series, in case you guys didn't know. So Kershaw's great. But Scherzer is and like we said, this is only the National League. Like now Cole, I mean, he was also in the AL with those cheater pumpkin eaters. But I hate to do it, but I also have to give the nod to DeGrom. You gotta respect talent. The guy, like Austin said, has won back-to-back Cy Youngs, and to win back-to-back Cy Youngs in itself is impressive. And this isn't me being, a Nationals against the Mets thing. When you're on a poo team and you could still win one Cy Young, not just back-to-back, but you can win one Cy Young on a poo team that doesning even make the playoffs. And like again, I'm not trying to rag on them. Right. This is more of like a buffing DeGrom and not a trashing the Mets.
It's objective.
It's how do you not respect someone like that? And it just builds his value so much more because you can still do those things on such a bad team to like not just one but two back to back on a garbage team that just doesn't do anything else. And like his first Cy Young, and even probably this one too, if I'm not mistaken, like were almost questionable because of the poo team. Because like his record wasn't that great because of the poo team. He didn't get run support. Like this guy will go 8 innings and only let up one, if that, and your team is just not helping you. So like I shout out to the league for not being like, oh, his record is this, he shouldn't win it. Like you look at everything else, I think it's just undeniable that he should have won those and well deserved those because of the conditions that he was in and battling through that to get the stats that he did.
I actually watched a video pretty recently.
Last thing on DeGrom, sorry. I hate that he cut his hair because I'm a fan of long hair and he had such great hair. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna cheap plug. When I had my long hair and I was in a men's softball league, don't judge. I was at a men's softball league. They called me DeGrom. They called me DeGrominator. It was all that, like the hair. But now when he cut his hair.
Throw on that wicked slow pitch.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't a pitcher in
I know.
softball. I couldn't do that. I'm an overhand pitcher. I'm a baseball pitcher. I would have come in there throwing gas, and like, they wouldn't have been able to handle it. Anyway, I digress. DeGrom, yeah.
I just wanted to add,
sorry.
Yeah, I watched a video recently on how Felix Hernandez was really the first one who kind of like broke the bias in the Cy Young voting. I think it was like 2013 or 2014 when he was voted Cy Young with like a 13-10 record or something. But guess what? The Mariners were bad. But he, every time he went out, he gave them like the best chance. He had a stupid ERA and like a bunch of strikeouts and stuff. So
100%. That's really
glad.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot that. And like that proves it. I mean, that's what the MVP award is supposed to be about. The person that brings the most value to the team.
Yeah.
And like just makes the team better. Because you play the same game, literally the same game with that, like DeGrom is on the mound, and you just put out any other pitcher, the outcome is very likely to be different.
Yeah.
Because DeGrom's not pitching.
Right.
Or like you said, Felix Hernandez, like crazy. That's what MVP is about. And I like that the league did that for Hernandez and have done it for DeGrom 2 years in a row because he deserves it. He definitely deserves it.
All right, moving on to football. This, I think, maybe we'll make up some of the time here. I don't think we're not, like we said before, the biggest football fans. Whoa, did you hear and see that?
No.
Okay, whatever. I got a little notification thing. Anyway, yeah, so like we said before, our offense picks, we did both quarterbacks, to be able to compare a little bit more, but we didn't do Rodgers, Breeze, Brady. They're all kind of in the, like we said, kind of the GOAT talk almost, more all time. All have Super Bowl rings and MVPs to their name, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, not a huge football guy, but so we went kind of with the new generation here. We got Lamar Jackson versus Pat Mahomes, the past two MVPs of the league. Ultimately, I'm gonna have to give it to Pat Mahomes. A lot of people say Lamar Jackson is just a running back disguised as a quarterback. I think I don't know how valid that argument is, but I think he broke the record for most rushing yards by a quarterback this season, which is like a huge feat, but didn't translate into the playoffs when, teams were able to game plan for him more and stuff like that. So I think he's going to have to, kind of diversify his game a little bit more to make it last. And like I said, Mahomes was MVP last year, but then translated that this year into postseason success, of course, winning the Super Bowl with his Chiefs.
Yeah, I agree. And I really do fancy a good quarterback that can run. Like Michael Vick was able to do that, and Donovan McNabb in his prime, and a lot of guys like that. I always loved a good quarterback that can be versatile when running the ball too, not just a key threat when throwing it, but that also gives that threat of running. Also, kind of just like a Russell, like right now, Russell Wilson could easily be in this conversation too.
Yeah.
And Lamar Jackson definitely is that, but so is Pat Mahomes.
Right.
And I think the nod's got to go to Pat Mahomes, not only an MVP, but also a playoff and Super Bowl champion. Did he win the Super Bowl MVP? I don't recall.
I believe so. I mean, he kind of like led the comeback.
Pretty much. So I think this one is actually, like, no disrespect to Lamar Jackson, but I think this one's a pretty easy one to put Pat Mahomes over Lamar Jackson here.
Yeah, and there's obviously a lot of other people to discuss with football, but these are the two that we pick.
I even think this one is a pretty easy one too. And no disrespect to Von Miller, but JJ Watt is just an absolute beast on and off the field. Like off the field, we talked about it a little bit with Mike Trout, but JJ Watt does so much for his community and for his fans and just people that like he's such a big dude, but like he's definitely a teddy bear. Like he's a sweetheart. So I think this one's a pretty easy one too, at least for me. And I think JJ Watt over Von Miller is a pretty easy decision for me.
Yeah, for sure. Again, no disrespect, Von Miller. Definitely an honor being in this bracket in the first place. He's, obviously a very formidable player too. I believe he has a ring with the
Broncos, right?
The Broncos, yeah. But JJ Watt now hosts Ultimate Tag on Fox, so I think
that's pretty. Awesome.
That's also something. Him and his brothers, I think, do that. Shout out to the Watt Bros.
Yeah, Watt Bros. Almost as cool as the Nisto Bros.
Almost.
Where's your podcast, guys?
Yeah, but I think I'm good with JJ Watt. Moving on. Also, of course, the Hurricanes hitting Houston last year. He was really a big.
Last year?
I don't know.
2 years ago. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, those Hurricanes though. He did a lot for that, and that's more to just really back up on JJ Watt.
Yeah.
I mean, we're on the football. Do you want to just snake backwards?
How about we snake backwards?